Senate Bill 238. An act regarding sign language proficiency for certain teachers and educational interpreters is intended to improve communication accessibility for deaf and hard of hearing school children who use ASL or a sign language mode. What is the purpose of SB 238? The purpose of this bill is to evaluate the sign language skills of teachers of the deaf and educational interpreters who work in educational settings where sign language is used. This bill was recently filed by Senator Patricia J. Lynn, a longtime supporter of deaf and hard of hearing constituents' concerns. Senator J. Lynn is the Senate Vice Chair of the Joint Committee on Education. What will change for teachers as a result of SB 238? Teachers who use sign language with deaf children will be required to demonstrate sign language proficiency when they apply to the Massachusetts Department of Education, Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, DESE, for a license as teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing, American Sign Language, Total Communication. What will change for interpreters as a result of this bill? DESE is the state agency empowered with the authority to pass regulations related to school personnel, and in 2007 issued a requirement that educational interpreters must register with MCDHH. At this time, registration means only that interpreters give their name and where they are presently working, if they are employed by a school at the time they register. Passage of this bill would allow DESE and MCDHH to work together to ensure that interpreters are tested for proficiency in sign language. How will teachers and interpreters be assessed, and what is the timeline? MCDHH has administered voluntary pilot testing of sign language evaluations for both teachers and interpreters. Using the Sign Language Proficiency Interview, SLPI, and the Educational Interpreter Performance Assessment, EIPA. If passed, SB 238 would allow MCDHH to assess teachers for their sign language proficiency in order to obtain certification for work in K through 12 educational settings where sign language is used on or before June 30th, 2014. If passed, this legislation would require that DESE and MCDHH jointly develop a timetable to implement mandatory assessment for educational interpreters and submit a report on this timetable to the Joint Committee on Education by June 30th, 2014. Senate Bill 238 has been referred to the Joint Committee on Education. Community members are welcome to attend meetings of the Legislative Task Force, a subcommittee of the MCDHH Statewide Advisory Council. For more information on the Legislative Task Force, contact Callie Kim, Task Force Chairperson, at Callie_S_Kim at yahoo.com.